Hey my witches, it's me, Miss Lou. I'm here today to talk about, to catch up on the YouTube Pagan Challenge. I've kind of been lax in answering the questions over the past few weeks, so I thought I would just do like a quick wrap up so I get all caught up. So I left off at week 8. So the week 9 question was, do you have a journal for your, I guess, for rituals, for your sacred practice? And the answer to that is yes and no. I'm not very consistent with it, and I really should be. I have a binder with sections for different topics, but I let it kind of lax, and then I was trying putting all in one book, but I found it really disorganized. So I'm trying to find a system that really works for me because, you know, over the years, you know, you amass a lot of knowledge and papers and things, and I just kind of want to condense it and put it all in one thing. But I think the binder probably is the best system, but I do have to find one that kind of works for me. The next question was, do you follow the moon cycle? And the answer is yes, I do. I generally do kind of like new moon to crescent. I'll do something, I'll do something to kind of honor the maiden aspect of the goddess, or something if I'm starting a new project. And then for the full moon, to add energy to projects I'm already working on. And then the dark moon, the last quarter phase, if you're working to reduce something, like say, I'm not on a diet, but if you were going to go on a diet or do something like reducing debt or something that reduces stuff, or protective type magic. That's what I kind of follow with this cycle. Now, I wouldn't say I do something every single time, but most times I do something, even if it's as simple as lighting a candle and saying thank you, or doing a little meditation, but I will do something, and that's kind of the way that I work. And if you go to my blog, what I've been doing is I've been pulling a goddess card for the week for, let's say we have a full moon or a new moon or a first quarter, second quarter coming up, to sort of as a theme for something that you can work with. So you can check that out in the blog below. The full moon this time around, I pulled Abundantia, who is a Roman goddess that was also adopted by some of the Gauls. So anyway, that's the goddess for the week, and she's perfect because it's full moon and it's, you know, sun in Taurus, moon in Scorpio, perfect. So anyway, that's a very general, quick answer to the moon cycle. For the sun cycle, which is the next question, yes, of course I follow the Sabbats, but I do also honor the sun during the day. What I do is I usually have morning prayers. I say a prayer at noon or around lunchtime, one in the evening when the sun goes down, and then at bedtime, sort of the 4 phases of the moon throughout the day. And this kind of keeps me, you know, keeps me focused. Like I do prayers, I might do meditation or a little devotion, like a candle or something. But that's something that I do because I feel that the sun cycle is important as well, even as just a reminder to remember your spirituality throughout the day. The next question was about the spring equinox. What that time of year means to you. So for me, the spring equinox, here it's not really spring, it is still winter. This year we were lucky, it was actually really warm quite early, and we were already getting birds, which is really strange because usually geese and stuff don't come back till April, but it was nice and warm, which was kind of nice because it kind of did feel a little springy, but most years it's not like that. So for me, it's more a reminder spring is coming. You know, it's been a long winter, but spring is coming. I usually do a house blessing at that time of year as well, and you kind of think about spring cleaning and all that kind of stuff. The next question was, do you have a form of divination? Of course. I'm a tarot reader. Of course I do. So I have tarot, oracle cards. I do astrology and numerology. What else? Pendulums. I love all oracles. I'm learning palmistry right now. I'm totally into divination. So yes. The next question after that was, what is your definition of magic? Which is a very tricky one. I think the best one I've ever heard is, it is using energy in conformity to change things in conformity with your will. So a lot of times this looks very natural, and you know, I explain to people it's not like the movies. You know, it always looks very coincidental, or it looks very natural. And this, you know, it's like water that goes down to the lowest point the easiest way. And that's the way kind of magic works, is that you put your energy towards an intent, and usually things happen very naturally, but you do have to do work as well. So example, if you're doing a spell for a job, you still have to go out there, fill out the applications and look for a job, but it does give you that energy and that extra boost to find the perfect job. So that's just a simple example, but to me that's what magic is, and people do it all the time. without really knowing that they are. They're putting their thoughts and their intentions towards something, and they're putting their energy towards it. So doing it in ritual is just a much more focused manner where you're conscious about your intent and you're putting that energy in a focused way towards it. Now that leads to the next question, which is about spellcraft. And yes, I do spells as needed. Definitely something I feel it's part of general worship anyway, and I do enjoy it. I'm very much like a candle magic person, so I do love candles, I love essential oils, I love all that kind of stuff. So yes, I do that as well. But again, I explain to people who are, outside of the witchy field, it's not like in the movies. I see it more as like prayer and intent in action, in a symbolic sort of form. The next question after that was, I feel like I'm missing one. Divination, magic, spells. Oh, I almost had it. I should have written them down. The one for this week, I know it followed that one pretty well. Spellcraft, and then I was asking, I think it was like, do you have a regular routine or a regular practice? And the answer to that is yes, because I have like, what kind of spiritual work is the one that is most common for you? And that's a really hard one to answer, and I think it kind of goes down to meditation and prayer. Like every day I meditate for 20 minutes. I just do 20 minutes in the morning, and then I will do some at night, although often I fall asleep, but meditation and then taking time during the day to pray, and those are really the most common. And I think after that it's divination, because like I pull a card every day, I read for people. So I think those two most common, and those are, like meditation and prayer are like simple practices. I think are universal for anybody following any spiritual path. So those are my answers. I know they're like super short, but I thought, I don't know how much time I have left on the phone or with my batteries, so I thought I'm going to do them quickly, get caught up, and then next week do some more thorough sort of answers. So if you have any thoughts, put below, and like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.